Hey you guys, it's Monica and welcome back. So today we're going to be trying out these acrylic blank keychains. So I picked up this set of 20 or 30. I'll leave a link below in the description box of these acrylic blank keychain sets on our favorite store, Amazon. And so I got all these. They were like $10 because, you know, your girl be on a budget and I don't be trying to blow a bag when I be starting a new craft. And so yeah, I just tried to find some that were like good quality but affordable, had good reviews. And so these came with the little keychain attachments. I don't know the real name of these. And so I was super confused because I pulled them out. I'm like, where are the extenders? Like, you know, like the part where like you hook it through what you're doing and you hook it through the keychain part. It was already on there. And so I guess they wanted you to use like needle nose pliers and kind of like open it up, which was not something I was interested in, but we'll talk about that later when I hook them up. And so these ones come covered in like a brown craft paper. They come covered in different things to protect the surface and keep it nice and clear and shiny without scratches. You can see they have a nice thickness to them. Overall, they were of really good quality. And so I'm going to just take my Cricut weeding tool and just peel this off. They say you can just use another one of like the little discs and like, you know, like rub it against it and it'll come off, but I just figured using this was easier. I did try it and it does work very easily. So in case you don't have a weeding tool and you want to do this, you can definitely just do the method like they said and rub them together. It does work. Tried it off camera. So don't worry about that part if you don't have a weeding tool. And so I'm going to just go ahead and peel this off and reveal just one side of it and kind of leave the other on there to protect the surface. So you're also going to need a UV LED lamp. This is my Melody Susie one that I use for not only crafts but my nails too. That is the Sadie Hawkins Fine Hollow Glitter, which is available on my website, PerioddSixDesigns.com. It's just a beautiful true red. I have a deeper red that's Twizzler. Sometimes they can be a little hard to tell apart on camera, but this one's just more of a true red. That is Orange Crush, which is a chunky iridescent glitter, which just reminds me of my sister Megan. So she's getting a keychain with that. And that is Retro Igloo Chunky, which is a chunky hollow mix. And so we're going to be using the UV resin from Let's Resin. And I love this resin. This is actually my second bottle of it. So I have been getting a lot of good use out of their UV resin. And so I have these little cups. These are like the little mouthwash cups from the Dollar Tree. And that's just what I'm going to be mixing it in. I don't really know how much I need, so I'm showing y'all what I started with, and y'all will see how I just add to it. Because, you know, try not to be wasteful like y'all be seeing me doing in my other videos. I know y'all be like, ooh, she be a little wasteful, and I admit to being a little wasteful. Trying to get a little better about that so I can give you guys like accurate measurements and stuff like that. Because I know we are all on a budget, so I get that. And so I'm going to just keep adding till I think I have enough to cover the surface of the disc. And once I was satisfied, I'm going to go ahead and coat it. So I decided to, oh, and I put my gloves on. So safety, please do not come after me, please. And so I'm going to go ahead and take the other side off just because, I don't know, I really wanted to be able to like see through what I was doing. Like you could leave it on until you get finished, but I was like, I would like to be able to see through the whole thing and just see, you know, how it looks from the other side while I'm putting it on. So yeah, that's why I did that part. And so I'm going to go ahead and just let you guys watch me applying this. But I just want to touch on I know a lot of you ladies, and hey gentlemen if you're here too, but I know a lot of people in general watch my videos because they either have a small craft business, would like to start a small craft business, use these videos as an outlet for life. Because girl, we're in month 87,000 of a pandemic, so I get it. And so when I started thinking about like, you know, just other little things people could add to their craft business, these acrylic blank keychains really stood out to me because they are so versatile. Like you don't have to just do glitter in them. Like you could do a water slide on them. You could do words, a picture. There is just, I feel like the possibilities with the acrylic blank ones. And I know we've done like the initial letters. That's cute, girl. That's cute. But I really feel like you could really step it up with these acrylic blank keychains, and they come in so many different shapes, y'all. If you go on Amazon, you will see they come in so many different shapes, and I just feel like the possibilities are really endless. If you really like doing custom crafts or anything like that, this might be, you know, where you can take some of your things to the next level. So that's why I really thought I really wanted to do this video and show you guys. So yeah, And so I'm going to go ahead and cure that. I cure it for a total of 3 minutes for the UV resin because that's what's recommended on the bottle. And so while that's curing, that's why now I look like, you know, I'm in a different room. But that's just the UV lamp giving off light. I'm going to go ahead and just mix up the other 2 colors so I can just have those on standby because you can really mix up, you know, since you're working with UV resin, it's not going to cure until you hit it with the light. So you can mix up all your colors and all that you want to do first. And then when you're ready to actually put it on the acrylic blank keychain, you can do that. So I'll just show you guys really quickly the 2 other colors that I mixed up, and then I will come right back. Alrighty, you guys, so I'm back with the Sadie Hawkins one that I did. So you can see like the glitter, I don't really like how it looks. I don't feel like it's dense enough. Like I really want it to be like super glittery. So I'm going to just go back in and do another layer of, you know, the resin and the glitter. And so one thing that I do want to mention that I didn't take into account at all really during this one is that, you know, UV resin shrinks when you cure it. And so it's okay to really go up against that edge, you know, as much as you can without it dripping over, or even if it's like right on the verge of dripping over, zap it because the UV resin is going to shrink, which in turn is going to shrink. Looks like it's not, you know, you didn't actually get to the edge when you did the coating. And so that's just one thing to keep in mind when you're doing this is definitely really ride up against that edge as much as possible, taking into account that it will shrink a bit. And so this is how it looks, and you can see that shrinkage that I did get. And so again, just something to keep in mind, but I'm much more satisfied with how the glitter looks on this one. And so I just cut up some little vinyls. These are 2-inch blanks, so just make sure you keep that in mind. They're very, very small, not a lot of space to work with. And so right here, yeah, you can see my P is too big. And so I had to go back and recut the P. So just little things like that. Just make sure that you're like, in my mind, I knew what I was doing. Y'all know I be messing up out here. So I had to go recut the P after I just showed y'all that. So I had to stop, recut the P, and then come back and put it on, and I'll show you how it looks when it's all done. So this is the Orange Crush one. Definitely with the chunky glitters, I don't think you need to make them as dense. I think they look very beautiful when they're not kind of packed in and you can kind of get that light to come through. And, you know, especially when you have something like a holographic or iridescent glitter, when that light hits it, it just be sparkling, shining, looking all good. And so definitely don't think you need it as dense with these ones. And so this is the Retro Igloo Chunky. And so I'm going to just show you guys how I did this one. And then I will come back, do the vinyl, hook them up, and show you how everything looks. And so this is how the one with the Orange Crush looks, and you can see that iridescent sparkling so good. This is the Retro Igloo Chunky one, another gorgeous one. And so I just cut up, you know, different little vinyls, different little decals, trying to show you guys some different styles you can do if you want to do like the glitter vinyl combo, or just the vinyl combo, or just the glitter combo. But I want to show you just like a few of the possibilities. And so this one is more like, Lord, having a brain freeze, like a monogram style one with like the letter and then the whole name in it. And again, these are only 2-inch blank, so like you got to make it do what it do. So that's what that one looks like. And I'll leave a link to the vinyls below as well. All these vinyls came from Amazon. And so this one is just like the letter with like a circle. And so I will say that like I made my circle right below 2 inches. So it was maybe like a 1.8. Probably could have gone a little bit smaller to get it to lay a little bit flatter. You can see mine's a little bumpy around the edge. I didn't really like that. But since I had already had to recut the P, I didn't really feel like recutting the circle. So I didn't. And so I'm just going to go back in and encapsulate all of this with the UV resin. So just to make sure like our vinyls don't fall off and it has some longevity and it lasts, you know, a good little bit of time. And so while I was doing this one on the Orange Crush one, I covered up the hole. You can probably see me right there covering up that hole. And it's because like the vinyl was kind of in the way and I was just like in my glitter mind, not paying attention. And so yes, I covered up the hole that the keychain is supposed to go through. So I will show you guys in just a second how I corrected that. And so if that happens to you, as long as you have the right tools, don't freak out. Now, if you don't have the right tools, freak out. Because you're gonna, it's at that point, it's just like a cute little disc. You know what I mean? So yeah, just something to keep in mind. At this point, I'm getting resin everywhere because I'm not the cleanest crafter. And so that's what it looks like. And that is the hole. And so I'll come back to this in just a second, but let's just go ahead and hook up these other two so we can kind of like check those boxes. And so I went ahead, because I make keychains, I went ahead and just grabbed the little extender connector, whatever they're called, that I just had some extras of laying off because I wasn't really in the mood to like pry the ones that were on there open. And so like I was having a time, like my needle nose plier spring stopped working. I'm like, what is going on today? And I almost wanted to stop you guys, but I'm like, let me just finish. Like I haven't, yeah. But anyways, I figured it out. It just has like a double extender on it. Not that big of a deal. And so that's how the red one looks. And so gonna go ahead and just do the same thing with the retro igloo one. So yeah, like my needle nose pliers was giving me problems between me covering up the hole, and I'm just like, why, Lord? Why? After this, I'm gonna go sit on my couch. So yeah, just hook that in there and then just hook it into the keychain that comes with it. And again, if you don't have like the extra extenders, because you know this may be your first rodeo making the keychains, try to find a pack that doesn't have them on the keychain, or just, you know, take your needle nose pliers and just just open it up. So that's how the other one looks. Those two together. All right, so for this one, I went ahead, I drilled a starter hole with like my big drill, but then I got scared and I'm like, I have a hand drill. So this is just like a little $10 hand drill from Amazon. Again, everything from Amazon with the exception of the glitter, which is from PerioddSixDesigns.com. And I just drilled out the hole. It was very simple to do. Wasn't that big of a deal. Much easier than I thought it was going to be. Like I was kind of in a panic. And I know I just told y'all like 2 minutes ago to panic. But don't panic because drilling, you know, and it's still kind of soft at this point. It's not like rock hard. I don't want to say it's soft because that's going to give the wrong impression. But it's hard. But, you know, resin still it cures some over time. And so because it was still kind of fresh, it was very easy to drill into. So just do that until you get through the hole. And so made it all right, made it all good. And now we're happy campers. So these are how the 3 look. Yeah, so they turned out really good. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was useful. Again, if you have a craft business, I hope this was useful. So yeah, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. You can follow me on Instagram at PerioddSixDesigns. You can check out my glitter line at PerioddSixGlitter.com. Follow me. I'm new on the TikTok over there with all the young kids. So follow us on TikTok. And it's at PerioddSixGlitter. And I will see you guys in the next one.